Yo, what is up guys? I'm here hitting you up with a new Etheria restart video. I finally managed to build a Terrormaton one-shot team, which is purely focused on Diting. I finally made it to work. I was sitting last night there for I don't know how many hours to set up the team properly. There were a lot of issues I had to deal with and a lot of things I had to take care of. Okay, how do I get around certain mechanics? How do I optimize the damage output? Stuff like that, really. I recorded it on my phone because it was super late last night and I was just chilling on my couch and clicking on my phone while I was doing it because it just took so much time last night, and that's why the quality is not the greatest. But before we jump into the run, quick thing in eigener Sache. 80% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, so guys, if you don't want to miss out on any future videos, make sure to subscribe. So you see my team setup here. It is Diting, Dorothy the Wisher, Dinah, Freya, and Heinrich. This is the setup I came up with. You also see the shells and stuff like that. And I tried many different things, guys, okay? I tried so many different things. I tried Claws, I tried Beyontin, I tried Tsukiyomi, I tried Holden. There were so many different things. And then also, how do I want to build these characters, right? One of the biggest bottlenecks for me yesterday was figuring out how to get the marker on Terrormaton, and that was actually super hard to get. In comparison, the left arm is so squishy compared to the boss itself that oftentimes, like 99% of the time, you will not get the marker on the boss but on the left arm. Like, few ways to deal with that was the Heinrich has to remove the immunity from the boss but is not allowed to remove the immunity from the left arm, because otherwise the left arm receives too much damage and then the marker lands on the left arm. But for this specific build, I found a workaround, and I just, you know what, let me play this run. Really, it's recorded on my phone, so it's like whatever, but just showing you how this looks like now. For this specific one, I didn't even need to land the marker, so we land the S3, then followed up by the S3 of the Freya. Now with Dinah also has to learn her stuff. Then we do Dorothy the Wisher, and then with the Diting, 1, 2, battle will proc into 3, and the boss is dead. This is the entire run for this build. Let me show you one more time. Also guys, in case you're wondering, this is not on auto. You have to manual this. Only reason really you have to manual this because it's the S2, so she provides the S3 first. But yeah, that's why it cannot be done on auto, at least not with this team setup for right now. And here, as you can see, one more time, you have to land everything really. And then the big thing is, I will show you the build in a second, but I want to show you, boom, one more time. This was not an easy feat, guys. I had to do so many different layers. I had to do so many different things here to make this work. But you know what? Let me finish off this. Let me know in the comments down below how often that happens to you. You want to end the run and then you accidentally instead just minimize it. As I said, I did many different things here. I had many different comps I was trying here. This is the one I was using. Then basically at the end, then I did some Lilium stuff. And then here, as you can see, claws and different setups. So here I was actually, most of the time last night, I was testing, okay, how can I get the marker on the boss, right? This was my testing. How do I get the marker on the boss? And it was so frustrating and annoying that at some point in time, I decided to, you know what? I don't need the marker on the boss. All I need to do for my Diting is to crit. That's all I need. And I just need to get rid of as much health bar as possible when he does his thing, so he does not survive. And then I came up with this specific lineup here at the very bottom. I used triple revelation. Now the Heinrich doesn't do as much damage, or also not the Freya, but the accumulation of using 3 units with revelation on them does up. Now let me show you the builds itself. Now the Heinrich is on 130 accuracy. It's super low. it's super low, by the way. If you have like around 190-ish, you reliably land everything. With 130, it's like 50-50 type of situation. He basically had one piece of crit rate and then 2 pieces of accuracy because I was using the revelation, right? So I wanted to get a little bit of damage off. And then we have the Freya. Freya is basically the same thing. She has 1 crit rate piece and then 2 accuracy pieces to land her nightmare effect, right? So this is what I also wanted. I need all the debuffs I can get, right, for my Dyna as well. 2 skill ups into the S3 because I just want to increase my chances of actually landing the debuffs. And also, as you can see, super low, 136% accuracy. As I said, it would be a lot more reliable if I go with like a triple accuracy build, but we also went with I went with a triple revelation build, so we actually can deal with that health bar of the Terrormaton boss. Yeah. And then we have this at level 4. I don't think you even need this, to be honest. I just had it already, but this is not even needed because the boost you get for the Diting is already good enough. But you know what? If you have it, why not? And she does not need anything besides doing her S2 on the Diting. And then last but not least, this is my Diting. This is the build I was using for that. Now, why this was so tough to set up correctly? So this is, by the way, a triple crit damage build. I wish my pieces would be slightly better to increase its damage output. That would have been cool. I wish I had just slightly more crit damage. That's what I was hoping for, and a little bit more crit rate overall. Very, very important. And also like maxed out shell with the count one. The count one was necessary for this one. You can't go with White Fang or anything else. The count was very important for this specific setup here. All Busted Nuts damage on him. And what is a high requirement is this specific build here. You need the momentum because you're stacking all the debuffs, right? You need the Fury Edge for the extra crit rate and crit damage. And this does not work without Battle Will. Battle Will is a requirement. You can't go momentum fury or whatever. No, you need battle will because you need battle will to proc for this specific build. Otherwise it doesn't work because he does his 2 hits and then battle will procs and he does his 3rd hit and then Terrormaton dies. This is the entire lineup I just showed you with the build in mind on how to one-shot the Terrormaton boss. Now let's go back into the footage I was showing you so you can actually see this in action now that you saw the build. Now let's click on play here one more time. So here you can see using the S3, now it procced a little bit of revelation. You saw like he lost a little bit of HP. Then we're doing the Freya, he lost HP again. A lot of HP is gone already here by this point, and then even more. And then we already removed, like I would say 15% off his HP bar. And then we get crit, and then another crit. Now this was also a hard thing to do. You had to get all these little pieces set up correctly. And then what needed to happen, because my Diting only has like a 65% crit rate, right? All your hits you have to crit, then you need to get the Battle Will proc, and then you have to crit again. And you need to write, and then with the damage fluctuation, you need the right numbers. As you saw, like he did 200k the first hit, 123k the second, and then 108k the third. Now he did like, so the boss I think has 450k HP. So this is what you have to keep in mind. So 200k first and 120k. So I think my Diting does somewhere around 400 to 440k or 450, depends on the fluctuation numbers, because I saw him already dealing 210k with the first hit, but he does somewhere between 400 to 450k damage, and the boss has 450k. So I have to remove as much HP life bar as possible beforehand, so with the damage fluctuation in mind that he actually can kill this boss. And then last but not least, so you don't think someone else did it, no, it is me, because if we look here at the rankings, you can see here MaTeIRiA, my name, with these units, and with the build I just showed you, this is what I came up with. I managed to get a time of 24 seconds with every unit just moving once. And yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I have many more videos in my mind. There's also I helped one of my subscribers with their bricked accounts. Let me know if you want to see that as well. And guys, as always, if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below. I really appreciate it, and see you with the next one. Deuces.